Good morning and welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy. This is what it looks like the day after. Okay, it's a trick. I've managed to camouflage every place in the house that is torn apart and a mess. Everybody pitched in. So almost all the cleanup is done. It was a glorious Thanksgiving. I had my little pod here, my partner, my daughter, my son-in-law, my grandson, 3 dogs, and a slew of turkeys plus 1 chicken in the back. Good morning, Lauren. Good to see you. Good morning, Opa. It's turkey leftover day. Don't you love that? Don't you love leftover turkey? I know I do. I have so much to share with you this morning. I thought this was going to be okay, I hope you had a great time done. But I found out so much stuff today. First of all, it's Black Friday. So I thought, okay, I know it's about shopping. But what about it? See, there's Black Friday and then there's Cyber Monday. So I was trying to figure out what's what and, what do you do on these different days? Oh, this is some of my Thanksgiving flowers. I have them all over the house as usual. Anyway, Black Friday used to be only in person, and you'd start lining up like at night on Thanksgiving and then shop all day today in the stores. And then Cyber Monday, you'd have all these bargains online, right? Well, that's not the way it works this year, not with COVID. Apparently, Black Friday and Cyber Monday are all going to be pretty much online, a little bit in person, but not much at all. And then, of course, tomorrow is Small Business Saturday. I think you should start with small businesses today on Black Friday. And I've been saying that over and over. Small businesses are going to have deals too, right? Yeah, come on. What does that say? Having more fun with click and order versus brick and mortar. Okay. All right. You can click and order for small businesses too. Okay, I should have a Black Friday sale. Okay. I'll announce it on What Do I Say, What Do I Do as well. But for Black Friday, How to Be Happy and Grateful Even in a Quarantine, the book, which is normally $19.95, and I think I put it on sale for $15. The book is $5. $5. That's it. $5. And yeah, it's I know this is crazy. I'm including free shipping. Yeah. So that's like the book cost you $2. Okay. $5 for my book. Get it out there. It is the perfect gift for right now. Get people to be in a good mood, even during a time like this. Okay. So history of Black Friday. Black Friday started, they think, in Philadelphia back in 1961. The police actually named it Black Friday because there were so many pedestrians and cars on the streets going shopping. And they called it Black Friday. There's also a thing that in the 50s, so many factory workers called in sick on the day after Thanksgiving. Coincidence? That the factory owners named it Black Friday back in the 50s. So, and then in England, they called it Black Friday because the day after Thanksgiving was the start of the holidays, and there was so much drinking going on that the emergency people, the emergency services were so overwhelmed because of all the heavy traffic and accidents. So you decide the reason for Black Friday and honor it however you're going to. Happy birthday, Jimi Hendrix. What would we do without his guitar sounds? And Bruce Lee. Okay. And Bill Nye the Science Guy and Anders Celsius both have birthdays today. And I don't think that is any coincidence. Do you remember Bill Nye, the science guy? He made like science like the most fun thing you could possibly learn, right? Loved Bill Nye, loved him. Oh, I see you guys did too. Yeah. Okay, I like that. All right, so Celsius and Fahrenheit. So it made me wonder, A, why do we have both? And I still don't have a really good answer for you on that one, but which came first? I do believe I have an answer for. So Celsius and Fahrenheit, for those of you who didn't listen in science class, are the ways that we measure temperature, degrees. And Fahrenheit actually came first, quickly followed by Celsius. Fahrenheit was, what was his name? Daniel Fahrenheit. It's what we use generally in the US. And Celsius is what's used in most other countries. And that was Anders Celsius, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday, Anders, wherever you happen to be. So, according to Celsius, 0 is the freezing point and 100 is the boiling point. Doesn't that make total sense? As opposed to Fahrenheit, which is minus 32 degrees for freezing and 212 degrees for boiling. Seriously? Isn't that a little tough to figure out and remember? I think so. So my father was an engineer, and he was constantly, he was so smart, and he was constantly being invited to serve on different committees, national and international, and he served on an international committee. I wish I could remember the name of it. The purpose of which was to come up with a way to keep track of weights and measures in the scientific community. Yeah, like, that's all I'm going to say about it. Yep. He was somewhere over in Europe, I think, or in the Orient, I don't know. And they had all these brainiacs from all over the world working on how we were going to measure things. He was highly involved in space travel. So that was like, that was their thing. I did not get that brilliance gene. I did not. But they worked on it. They did that. Okay. Who else? What else? Carolyn Kennedy's birthday. I always thought of Carolyn Kennedy as being like a million years younger than I was, because she was this cute little tiny baby girl thing. It turns out she's only like 8 years younger than I am. Caroline Kennedy, you're all grown up. Pretty amazing. The first Thanksgiving Day parade. I wanted to talk about that because we watched part of it on TV yesterday. Yes, there were COVID protocols in place and people were not lining the streets, which actually made it seem kind of bizarre and weird. And it was so today. I mean, my grandson had to keep explaining to me what was real and what was virtual. I mean, they'd have these people dressed, what was it? They were dressed like it was Under the Sea in a marching band. And there were dolphins floating over their heads and mermaids that looked really real floating over their heads. And my grandson had to explain to me that they were virtual. They weren't really there. And that the people marching couldn't see anything. They were just marching. Welcome to 2020, right? And it's almost over. Okay, so the original Macy's Day Parade was at Gimbel's, not at Macy's. At least that's what I read. And it just didn't take off that big, but the Macy's Day Parade took off big, and it just lasted since 1924. The only city to have a parade longer than New York City is Detroit, which I think is like 2 years longer. Or maybe it was Philadelphia. Let me think. I don't remember. It's either Philadelphia or Detroit. One's about the same and one's like a couple years longer, but still, that's a lot of years to be doing a parade every year. Congratulations. And the fact that they managed to do a parade with COVID protocols in place, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, if they can do it, you can do it, right? Easy for me to say. I also wanted to tell you that the first Macy's Day Parade had live animals being marched down the street from the zoo in New York City, from the park. And then a couple of years later, they switched to balloons. And then they used to let the balloons go at the end of the parade. And if you were lucky enough to have one of those flying balloons land in your yard, you could return it to Macy's, I guess, and get a gift certificate. I don't know. It was a different time, different place. It was a parade. And that was pretty cool. So this morning's word art is what I want to leave you with. This morning's word art talked about the power of gratitude. We started yesterday sharing what we were thankful for because it was Thanksgiving, a time to give thanks. What if Thanksgiving was not a day, but a way, like a way of life? Gratitude. Make it a way of life. I love you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Whoops. Bye-bye. See you then.